Hello everybody, it's Tech here. Okay, I am running late today. I am not gonna waste any more time. I'm gonna jump right into it. You can see here from since last time, I've created the road version of these, right? So the paved version. If we look at the game, we can see them in game if it loads. Come on, there we go. We see them in game. They're looking decent, right? Like, none of the stuff that I'm working on right now is going to be the final assets, I don't think. Maybe the grass, because I'm like totally impressed by it myself, but whatever. The flowers, you know, they're okay. The roads, it might need some more work, right? I'm not 100% sold on it being all brown or all gray like this, right? I'm fully aware that we need to create some additional ones for these variations of the roads, and I think that's what I need to do next, right? Let's jump into that. Oh, also, while I'm in here, you'll notice as I pan around and scroll in and out that there's these vertical lines appearing, right? Like, come on, like right there. I've combated that in this version, right? How did I do that? Well, these are the actual tiles. That's it. And then I filled in the rest of it with this. So I need to do that to my other one. And in fact, let's do that first. Like I just said I was going to do something different, but let's do that first. Let's move all these around so that we can accomplish the goal of not having any vertical lines separating our different assets, right? And the way to do that is to move everything. So I'm literally going to grab all of this stuff with this tool. We're going to grab it and pull it down. Hopefully exactly 128 pixels in both directions. Not sure why that looks so blurred there, but I guess it all is. So there we go. We've moved it now, right? So the next piece we need to do is this background color needs to match up with the majority of these, right? So I'm going to get my picker tool out here and do that. I'm going to hit G. Going to go to normal foreground mode. Whatever tolerance, not contiguous. Oh, we gotta unhide the layer. Fill that in. I'm gonna turn it back off so we can see where our textures are, right? And I'm gonna add another layer, and I'm gonna fill this layer with our pattern of our grass. Boom. I'm gonna turn masking on for this layer, and I'm going to take that mask and I'm going to fill the mask. Fill it with this color so it doesn't show up anywhere, right? Then we're going to get our brush tool out. I'm going to make a nice big brush. That's big enough. And we're going to switch to white and paint with some actual values around this, right? And the goal is to just get one row of pixels that lines up with the edge of that grass so that when Unity pulls this in, it has an extra set of pixels. And now everything's going to be wrong, but none of it should show those bars anymore. Not seeing it. So now we need to fix it so that they're all lined up right, which means we go into our Sprite Editor and move everything, literally everything, which is so annoying, but there's no easy way around it. Now, I found from doing the other one, the easiest way to do this is in this mode where you've got the white background so you can see what your textures actually are, because these edges are really hard to find otherwise. So I literally just have to drag every single one of these now. One at a time. So I don't believe there's any way to select multiples. Yeah, it just creates a big sprite. But they all go one down and one to the right. That looks pretty good there. Okay, let's grab this one. There it is. Couldn't find that one. So I only need to really make sure 2 corners are lined up, as long as I'm not resizing these things. The 2 corners are enough. I don't have to look at all 4. And you do have to zoom in, because it's very misleading as to where these are. Oh, there's one there. So that one needs to go there. This one needs to go here. Good there. Good there. There's probably one over here somewhere. There it is. Now, some of these are not actually needed, right? They shouldn't be used anywhere. Oops. Created a new one by mistake. Like these shouldn't actually be used. This shouldn't be used. This shouldn't be used. Because they're just extra textures for tiling's sake. There we go. Now I know if this whole edge lines up properly or not with where it should be, if this last one is perfect on this side and this side, so we'll check both of these. Looks good. Wow, my stream notification thing finally decided, hey, I should tell people. Nine minutes into the stream. You guys are being quiet tonight. There's no one there. Y'all just a bunch of lurkers. Nothing wrong with that. I just want to make sure that lined up. It didn't look like it was going to.
Oh.
And oh, I thought this was the last one, but it is not, is it? A whole nother row there. This one. And this was something I noticed on the other one as well. This row of pixels is off. So when this got rotated, it didn't rotate quite right. Which is concerning. Now when I go back and apply my... What is it? The grass that we put in there, it should fix it, I think. Maybe we'll take a look at that. Okay, that's the last one. Okay. That should be it. Why? So why did I move those versus hitting the slice tool, right? I very well could have hit slice tool, but all of those names were tied to specific tiles in the game. So now when I go click over here, everything lines up again as it should. So now I just seen we're getting the glitch still. So let's go back to this and turn these two layers on, save, and see if we get the glitch still. It was like right in this area. I am seeing it. Let's make sure it did update. I think I know what it might be though. It's probably because this is the tile that we're using for the green grass. Which, if we go in here, let's take a look. So let's move these to the center one, and that should resolve it. Assuming I've got them all set properly. To that one. So we won't actually use that one. And these, you know, again, they shouldn't be used. But I'm gonna leave them here. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay, we got some vertical ones. It's on that grass texture now. That makes sense to me because I didn't put the grass down there. So let's take our tile map or mask here. And let's just paint on this mask around those. Oops. We're going to erase some of the mask here where the dirt is. Save this back into the scene. We're still getting some edges showing. Okay, let's take our ground tool, select this tile. It is this, and that one is where? Ah. So come on, show me which tile it is, please. In this stupid scene. PSDs. This. Please show me. There we go. So it's that one. Number 11. So if we edit this one, where's number 11? That is it. Okay, so I grabbed the wrong one apparently. Let's put it over here. I guess really we could take all of these and move them. Just to make sure they're all coming from right here. Eventually I might want to remove the extras though. But for now, I'm being a little bit lazy. Okay, that should update those. There's no more brown bar over on the side now. Scrolling in and out repeatedly, I think we fixed the issue. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of the glitch lines anymore. Horizontally or vertically. Perfect. Okay. So next topic. So next topic is getting these type of decorative, is that the right word? Probably not. These type of damaged paved sections built. So we can go ahead and close this layer or this Photoshop file out completely. I'm going to turn my backgrounds off so I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to grab another one over here. Let's see, grab my V tool. We probably got dirt variants, what it's called. Yeah. So let's duplicate this as its own smart object. So new smart object via copy. And V that right down to here. Mike. Yeah, cool. Let's open this one up and get a picture for what we're going for here. Let's try and do the center one where there's just some cracks, I guess. That's what we can call it. Okay, so I guess we can kill all of those. Create a new layer. We want to go for our lighter gray color. So I think it was this. No, it was this that we're working with. So we want to go for a lighter color. Darker color. So grab that. And I don't want to do this. Not that big, at least. Is this a hard brush? It is not. Okay. I think I'm just gonna kind of freehand some cracks in. Let's see, can you color and size? I can't. It's a downside of not having my pencil or my tablet out. Okay, let's take a look at the reference again. Do we want a shading to this besides what we've got? And zoomed in all the way in. I think we do to build this. Let's get closer. So there's the crack itself, and then there's the normal color, but there's some highlights to the piece in between, because this is almost like that's a stone inside of it, right? In this tile. Which is not exactly what I wanted to go for. I don't want to have like a concrete paved road either, though. Let's grab a lighter color and just play around and see what it looks like. This might quickly be undone, though. What happens if I do that? And then, can I move my selection over one? No, I don't want to move the whole thing. I want to move just the selection. There we go. And then what happens if I take and go another layer, drag this underneath, get my G tool, and fill this in with this lighter gray color. So if I turn the dark off, we get that, right? That's what I just did. What if I drag that whole layer down? No, not that one. This layer down. Let's try that. We'll save that. We'll undo this. We'll redo these. We'll save this. We will go back to Unity in our project and collapse this. Go to this one, Sprite Editor. We need to get a sprite here now. Actually, it's going to be easier if this is turned off, isn't it? So I can see my locations. Precisely. Okay, there's our size. Good there, good there. Good there, cool. Apply, that's road, paved road text 0. What a name. Okay, and then in our scene, we can select one of those, this one, go to its tile, and grab paved road text 0 and put it in there. That should update down here, and it should update our road. By itself, it seems okay. Not sure how it is on the road like this, though. What do you guys think? This, you know, seeing it, this is like a paved road like you'd have nowadays, and this is a crack in it, and this is a pothole that somebody filled with asphalt later. I don't know if I like this feel for medieval times. Oh, we've got the gray lines, but we don't have our backgrounds turned on. Okay, so we can fix that. Let's go with this one next. So it's this one here. Just another low area with some high areas inside of it. That makes a lick of sense. So that was variant C we just created. I duplicate that as a new object. Go call this one variant D. And we'll move it there. Yep. Looks good. We will get rid of these two. New layer. We need the darker shade first, I guess. I need to probably like put these on swatches or something so I can stop going back and forth. Let's get a bigger tool. Something like that. Let's grab the eraser, boom. Smaller one, eraser. I said smaller. Now looking at this around the edges is even darker. So what we'll do is we'll grab the even darker color. Like that. And we'll paint around those edges then. So we can do W, select all of that, select contiguous would be helpful. Okay, and we will invert it, or shrink it, I mean. Modify, contract by 2 pixels. Too much. Modify the selection, contract it 1 pixel. And then we will Control-Shift-I to invert it. We are on this layer. We're going to grab our G tool. We're going foreground color, and we are going to just drop this in right there. There is our lower part. Let's grab our W tool. Grab that, that, and that. See if we can't expand it by 1. And use our G tool again and fill in around those. Save that. I'm also going to try and see what this one would look like with a bit of a blur. Let's save that. Come into here. On this Sprite Editor. Oh, we didn't save it in the main sprite sheet. Save. And yes, we have our palettes over everything. Cool. $128. No, 128, please. Why can't I hit the A key? Numlock. Okay. Apply that. We will get rid of these extra layers we don't need. Apply the ones we do. Save again. Unity's going to update. We're going to close this. Going to go find this one, right? That tile, I guess. And we will just drag that into there. And there we go. I'm not sold on this. I think it's too much of an extreme in the grayscale. So I'm still using that same Palatine tool that I used the other day. But when it is in gray, I guess, it's really extreme. Like the difference between the shades. I'm gonna keep going with it for now, for lack of a better color at the moment, but I'll probably come back and change this at some point. My thought process with that is, as I'm building these, adjusting colors should be simple, right? I just go into this here, change the colors to what I want it to be, and it's good to go. The hard part of actually drawing it and what's the other word? Laying it out in Unity, updating all the stuff in Unity is kind of what I'm trying to get through. Do I want a grassy poking through texture? I think more variety is good. So I'll probably build something. But what it'll be, I don't know. Let's turn these two off again. Let's get a variant E going. Okay, there's my variant E. Let's also close these other layers because it's getting a little bit much. Okay. delete this one. Create another. Turn the palette back on. Lighter color first. That's what I'm doing. I'm hitting the P key. Get a nice big swirl. Erase this portion of it. Okay, let's grab the darker color. W tool, grab those. Come on. Select, modify, contract, 1. Control Shift I, G tool, fill that in. There we go. Now the grass. How am I gonna get the grass to go? Create another layer. Oops. Anyone that uses Photoshop that might be watching, you will be my hero of the night if you can tell me the shortcut key that gets you into rename mode for the layers, because every time I try and rename it, it seems like I do that instead of going in to rename it. I know you have to double click there, but there's got to be a shortcut key. Who wants to be the hero? Anyone? Please? So this layer here, we're going to get a brush that's black, and we're going to paint on it a small section here in the middle, like Shift R? Are you serious? Shift Command R. Uh-oh. That's not what that does. Control R? Nope. Well, that gets rid of the rulers. That's cool. So I'm on a PC, right? So Command is not an option. Alt R? Nope. Shift Alt R? Nope. One of these days I'll find it, man. And welcome. I wanted to catch your stream, but I was helping my son try and pick out classes for school next year, so I couldn't join. CS55. That was like one of the last versions you didn't have to subscribe to the cloud. Right, so I had this version for ages. Not too much grass is the question. Create your own shortcut? What? There's such a thing? Try edit. Oh, keyboard shortcuts. I'm looking right at it. Okay. Layers. Oh, does it have to be on the menu? I don't know if that's even on the menu. Let's look. Hmm. Not seeing it. Not saying it's not there, I just don't know where it is. Let's grab that. Very small for this, right? What? Can only paint around the outside of that. Lighten. Normal mode. There we go. Okay, let's get the lighter one then. Oh, that was the lighter one. What'd I do? Oh no. Tolerance 0. When I see online, it says it's layer group properties. So I'm assuming you mean in here. So layers, group. That's under new. Okay. I don't know what shortcut keys would be available. That's the thing, though. Control is already used. Control R, already used. Control Shift R, already used. Control Shift Alt R, haha. Control Shift Alt R. Ta! Thank you. Thank you. Now I can do it without fumbling around. Control Shift Alt R. Control Shift Alt R. Boom. Yes. You, sir, get things. Is it this? Aha! Yes, say something. You will have a diamond. You are now VIP. Certainly don't mean to pester you, but I was curious if the gosh, what was the name of that conference we were talking about the other day? Did they say they had booths or whatever? Just curious if they got back with you, basically. Because even if I don't end up being part of it, I might go anyway, right? Just to see what it's all about. Really, I'm surprised they didn't like jump on the chance to get somebody else as a vendor, man. Their sales and marketing department is not with it. It's probably would have been easier to do right the first time instead of rushing through it, but cleaning it up. Okay, we're going for prototype here. Or middle prototype, I guess, because we already had the prototypes. See how it looks in Unity. Saved it, go back to Unity. Let it think on it. Grab the thing here, go to Sprite Editor, grab a new sprite out of it. Although maybe that place gets a lot of spam with their, or that address gets a lot of spam. That being on the public internet. Maybe that's why they didn't reply. Maybe it went into their spam bucket. That would stink. Ooh, ew, ew. No. No. It looks like somebody drew a crappy Xbox logo and then took a green poo on it. Oh yeah, gotta update this one too. So load some issues. I know you use Photoshop for your stuff. Did you ever get into using smart objects? Where this is an object that's a layer built into this other Photoshop file. So if I, for example, this is one image, this is the same, this is the same, this is the same, and they're just rotated. So when I update this one, it updates all four. That's better than the Xbox turd. If you highlight the edges, it might pop out, and yeah, I've never used them. I do it the difficult way. There's nothing wrong with the way you've done it, because you've got so much work into it at this point, right? Like, and your art is better than mine, then submit it. But I'm finding this efficient to do updates to things, right? If I was really thinking, and I probably should have done this, the gray background should have been 1, and I just cloned that gray background over here. Then if I want to change that color of gray, I update this one, and it updates everywhere it's the light gray, right? But I wasn't thinking that far ahead when I created these. So basically what I'm saying is the grass here should have been a transparent where it's gray, right? And that would have fixed it. You're right, I do, like, on most of my tiles like this, I do have more shading, right? I've got the dark, I've got the light, and then I've got the dark and light of the color it's transitioning onto, which makes it look like a shadow on that. So let's do that. Let's get our right tool here. Is there a way I can select from all layers, please? I just want to, there we go. Grab that. And get rid of poop. Add another layer here. Don't ask me why I didn't do the same trick I've been doing for all these other ones. That would make too much sense. You know, where I tell it, select this object and then just expand the selection and fill in the selection. I wanted to do this one the hard way. Make it feel more organic. Yeah, that was why. Grab that color. Let's create a new layer. Let's do it the easy way this time. Come on. Oh, we're on the new layer. That works. And we will expand the selection by 1. G tool, fill that color up. No, whoa. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's my layer orders. Popo! Oh, wait. Save. Boom. It does pop more. It's kind of a... So one thing I noticed about my grass, right, is the grass, if you zoom in, is very blurred. It's very subtle. There's lots of shading to it. But yet it's got this pixel art style to the edge, right? Because it's just a solid 2 or 3 color shading. I like the way it looks, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if that's a good consistency of the style through the whole thing, right? The stone or the dirt here, the paved road, whatever it is all solid 4 colors, right, for shading. It doesn't match up with the grass. These flowers are 4 colors. 4 colors of shading, right? So there's a center color, 2 lighter, 2 darker. Same thing with this dirt, right? So we zoom extremely close. It's got 2 colors of shading in there. Just out of curiosity, what happens if I take this and can I blur just these 2? Don't think I can. So for me, when I was learning to do art, I made a set of rules to follow. Each sprite can only have so many colors, and it has to be drawn a certain way. Yeah, and that's where I was going with the 2 color thing, right? But to get the grass to look like grass, I broke the rule. And it might look stupid to other people, but I like my grass, dang it. And I don't know what to do about it. Like, should I break the rule for other things? Should I introduce a new rule? Should these have some 3rd color in here that's... Let's deal with that. Okay. So I did what I wanted to do with that, right? I got a couple extra textures in there. Let's go back to this one with its poo color. And do we create another stylized texture for it? If that makes any sense at all. Probably doesn't. Make a dirt looking texture instead of just a solid color. How can we go about doing that? And I've only got a little bit of time I can stream here, so we gotta work with low expectations on time here. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. Let's get this tool. Let's go back to that brush again, I guess. Which isn't even available for that. Interesting. Probably under regular brush. Okay. Grab this color. Which one? It's this. Let's grab just this one. It might be too extreme, I think. What I'm worried about. So it doesn't do much. Where's my center point? Where's the center point? Save. And then turn off the palettes so we can see. That's what I was talking about. So it updated all 3 of those, or 9 of those. It's not a very tileable palette pattern right now. I can definitely see where it's repeating. Because this corner is very dark. And that line is very distinct. And the vertical line is too. Cool. Let's cheat. Let's grab all of that, edit, define. Where are you? Define pattern. Dirt. I'm gonna go to this. I'm going to grab my dirt layer here. I'm going to do G, pattern, my dirt one. Fill the whole thing. Okay. Then foreground again. We want to get our grass variants going, so that one's fine. That one's fine. What am I doing here? It's not the grass. It is the sides. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so if we turn this off and save, we still get the texture. Gotcha. So I need to edit my mask a bit. Which is easy enough to do. There we go. But it gets that repeating background now instead of a solid color. So variant B, turn off the dirt layer. Variant, I said B, this variant. And then the corners should be only one of those. Turn off the dirt. Okay, let's patch up the mask a bit. So the mask that I'm editing is the one that adds the extra green around the outside to avoid the annoying Unity bug where it adds pixels from the adjacent tile when it's not quite pixel perfect. That should do that. We need to get these. Yeah, super annoying, right? I'm assuming you're fixing it the same way. It seems to be the standard fix is just duplicate the color you want it to repeat so that when it duplicates it, it looks right. I don't call that a very good solution, but it's a solution. Oh, that's the problem. But we can fix it by doing this. Pattern. Yeah. And there's that one. Then we need to get variant B. And this one is its own layer. So we'll just save that. Save. Now all of these should be updated. Not sure how well that's coming across on the stream. It's a little hard to see even on my screen, right? But if I get in there, you can see it's got some grittiness to it, right? It's not just a solid blob anymore. Now, the real question is what happens... not close all. Isn't there a close others? Come on, I want to get rid of all of you. There was a close all but this. Maybe that's a code editor window I'm thinking of. Let's get our dirt. This one. And let's get that blur tool now. With a normal brush, please. Soften the effect. Oh, I gotta save this one. What that's not gonna do for me is update this pattern, so I'll have to do that separate. I kind of like that better. So we will define, select all define pattern. Dirt, soft, grunge. And this one, G tool, pattern, dirt, soft, grunge. Very, very subtle. I don't think it did it. Still contiguous, all layers, zero tolerance. That was it. The tolerance was set to high. Now, that doesn't fix a couple of them, right? So we've got, was this one I think it was? Oops. We've got to fix the variant B or A. Yeah, this one. There. I'm liking that better. Let's go into the get play mode. We've got a texture off. Okay. Good night, man. Try and catch your stream next time. Just need the timing right for when you stream and when I can actually watch it. It feels more like a dirt path instead of a brown smudge. Now, what does that do for the rest of the texture? Should this have some of that in it? Should this have something else so it's not smooth? And then that affects these as well, right? I think we should go with some type of non-solid color over large area rule. Some type of grain to it. Unless it's like a sheet of metal and 100% smooth, it probably should have some type of texture to it. Now, I'm still not sold on this being the texture. These are too intense of repeating texture in it. But something like it will be what I end up using. But I think that's going to be all for tonight. I've got to get the kids off the bed, right, guys? So let's stop this. Let's see, is anyone out there streaming that we want to raid? Twitch, please. Brain, catch up to my fingers. Science and tech. Nobody I follow is streaming. Must be an odd night for streaming. Search for Unity. Nobody's streaming Unity? At all? Wow. Now, at least they're not tagged Unity, right? Maybe somebody's out there that's something a little different. What's this guy streaming? What else? See if he comes back to the actual game programming. So he did have it up. Not Unity. Looking for other streamers. Or himself or something. Unity 3D electrical system. Sure. Let's raid this guy. So I will set this up. and you all have fun over in his stream. Bye, everybody. Catch you next time. 6 seconds. 5 seconds.